Shalom. Kol Halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, the would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations who have the appearance of those heathen nations. This is not a black thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And I'm just going to be a quick lesson here. It won't be too long, won't be too short, but I got some information that I want to share, a couple videos and some scriptures. But I want to start with 2 Ezra 9:1. And it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So you have uproars of the people, wars and rumors of wars, pestilence and disease. You got two different rivers that are more than 3,000 miles apart or something to that effect, that both turn red like blood. All these signs are being shown. All right, you got these different movies. You got these NGOs, of the converts, these NGO organizations that are putting policy into place here because they control Babylon. All right, into place to defend their lies, and anyone that speaks about them points out the fact that you got a group of people in the land, in the Holy Land, that don't belong there, that and that their presence there is biblical, but their presence there being biblical is explained in Ezekiel the 36th chapter, the 5th verse, and I'll read it. All right, and then we'll move on to this video, because I'm gonna play about 4, maybe 5 minutes of each one of these videos. But this is Ezekiel 36:5. See, they'll talk about, and then these people are trying to all the scriptures that point out the fact of what I'm about to share with you, they want to attack. But you notice though, this particular scripture is never mentioned and never brought up ever. This with the small hats, with the converts that are claiming the heritage of the people of the Lord, and they know they're not, and the majority of the citizens of the world of this fact know that they're not. This particular scripture they avoid like the plague. They'll talk about Revelation 2:9, 3:9, and and that those are anti-semantics, and all that sort of thing, trying to remove them from the Bible and many other things. But this one here, no one speaks of it. So the point is in 5, I'm going to read verse 2. Ezekiel 36:2. Thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy have said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. All right, and how did they do that? They formulated a plan with the Balfour Declaration. All right, and then they finally got it in 1948. And here we are today, endless wars because of their desire to expand in a place that is not their own, where these people do not belong. Or as a matter of fact, Larry C. Johnson here is going to speak on people not belonging in places, Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. That would be the Edomites. The biblical Edomites are in the land of Israel, claiming to be the people of the Lord. All right. While leaving the rest of the Edomites suffering collectively, especially Edomites that do not support their fraud. All right. And their false victimhood, which they're going to use to oppress the whole world, for that matter, because the world is waking up to who they are. It's not just the Hebrew Israelites. All right, Christians and Muslims and other heathens are also saying what we're saying now. Even other Edomites are telling you. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, surely in the fire seat of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, against all Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, which happens to be, as the rabbis have told you, the West, the Christian West, Europe and America are Esav, Esau, right? But they leave out the fact that they're Esau too, all right? And these Edomites have done what? Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. We've been casted out for a prey and declared persona non grata. Persona non grata. A no people. Black. That's what black means. For all you want to cleave on to that fraudulent title, which is the most hateful and racist title that they could call you. You're persona non grata. You're a non-existence. You're dead. You're a non-people. This was a collective effort. And now they're fighting all these wars to try to expand and cover up their lie. Now they're trying to install statutes and codes that prevent you from even speaking up or bringing out any truth about the situation. Without any further ado, Larry C. Johnson.
Not forget that the ceasefire that's now in place. We saw with the hostage releases that have taken so far, Hamas has shown up in force. Hamas is still intact. They're not quite an army, but they are an effective guerrilla force, and they had demonstrated that they could fight the Israeli Defense Forces to a standstill. Maybe it's more appropriate to call them the Israeli Occupation Force. Fought them to a standstill over 15 months, 16 months. Yet when you look at this Israeli Defense Force, which it's fighting within a confined area, it's like 25 miles long and maybe 7 miles, 8 miles wide at the widest point. I mean, we're not talking a massive area. And they got control of all the borders. And with all of those advantages, then they've got complete air superiority. They control everything that flies in the air. They've got artillery. They've got tanks. They have satellite intelligence. They're getting intelligence from the United States. They got every friggin' advantage in the world. And with all that, they could not defeat Hamas. What Israel exhibited is it's not capable of sustaining these kinds of attrition campaigns.
And the result of that is going to be that America is going to be forced to step in, especially now that this war with Iran is brewing up. If they could not handle Hezbollah and Hamas, there's no way on God's green earth that they can handle Iran. All right. And once again, as we've said many a times, Benjamin Netanyahu, he does not want peace, because if there's peacetime, there's the possibility of him answering for his horrendous genocidal Holocaust that he committed on the Palestinians. He could have to answer for that. Nations around the world want him to imprison him and put him on trial for crimes against humanity. All right. So, it's just like some will say, you have a convict, or what do they call a convicted felon, as the commander in chief of America, And now you have a wanted war criminal as basically the commander-in-chief, prime minister of the land of Israel. And that's just a fact. That's not hate or anti anything, right? That's just, those are some facts. And I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. I'm just stating the facts here. All right, but this and what is all going to lead to? Joel, the 3rd chapter. This is Joel 3 and 1, and it reads, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." So all this persecution that they got lined up for us, the moment they enact it, Yahushua is going to show up and change things. That standard is going to get lifted up. All right. The moment that they push this oppression, because what they want to do is what was that movie? I still haven't seen it. Fahrenheit 451. They'd like to destroy the Bibles. All right. And it says, but when it says, "I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," prove them that was still in their hands. See, it tells you in Numbers, you know what? I'll just go to it. Instead of trying to remember it and say it, I'll just read it. I think it's Exodus, either Exodus or Numbers. I think it's Numbers 21:16. I mean Exodus 21. Yeah, Exodus. I always get this scripture mixed up. Say it's in Numbers, but Exodus 21:16, and it reads, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Was still in the hands of these Edomites in a slave trade that was orchestrated by Amalek, who owned the slave ships, while over the years in history lying about it, saying that he didn't own, he never did that, when he was at the head of it. All right, and that's just a fact. Let's go back to Joel. And it reads, Joel 3 and 2, "And I will gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." That's in Western Asia. All right, what they fraudulently and falsely call the Middle East. "And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." So we've been scattered among the heathen. Many of us look like those heathen now. All right, as a result of this. And they've parted the land, and it has been parted between the Amalekites of Edom, Idumea, and the Ishmaelites, which are the Palestinians. Because the true Palestinians, the biblical Palestinians or Philistines, or what you would call Africans, Hamites, they got pushed out of that land long ago. All right, and now Ishmael lives there and calls himself a Palestinian, a Philistine, and they're not. All right, that latest series, The House of David, is just another horrific biblical lie, which can easily be disproved by just simply reading the damn Bible. All right. Verse 3, "They have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink." There is no evidence of any Israeli citizen ever being sold and traded as slaves for wine. It was the actual Negroes, who are the real house of Judah, all right, who were traded for wines and musket guns. They made songs about it in their movies in Hollywood. Rum and musket guns, sugar, tobacco, right? And the slave trade started with the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics and natives, the so-called Hispanic and native Negroes of the Americas, from Brazil to Canada. All right. "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine, real Africans?" All right, because they also participated in it. Ishmael hadn't taken it over yet. He wasn't in Palestine yet. "Will you render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head." Because there's been a false doctrine taught in the Americas and in certain parts of Europe and Western society, period, that Africans were selling other Africans. All right, when Africans were selling the victims of the diaspora, which by just the definition of the name, the diaspora is directly, they call it the African diaspora, but the diaspora is directly connected to the Israelites being scattered. And one of the main places that they were scattered into and ran into was the interiors of Western Africa, where they later, about 100 years after Cristobal Colon sailed and enslaved the natives of the Americas, he started going to the west coast of Africa to get the southern kingdom. So that fulfills the scripture in Jeremiah 50 and 33, how the northern and southern kingdom were in captivity or oppressed together. All right. Verse 5, Joel 3 and 5, because ye have taken my silver and gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, the so-called white people, the new Grecians. Because just like the Hamites were pushed out of Western Asia and out of North Africa for the most part, the real melanated brown-skinned Japhetic sons of Japhet were also pushed out of rulership and pushed out of Western Asia, the northern part, that they fraudulently call Eurasia or Europe today. All right. It says, 7, behold, I will raise them up out of a place whether you have sold them and return your recompense on your own head. And that's what they're facing. And that's why they're in such fear. And that's why they hate us. And this is why they want to push all these anti-Semitic laws into place that are going to imprison you if you speak against the lies of the ish lies, of the small hat lies. Let's go to the next video. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find this. I've been wanting to use this because my sister left the phone call. I mean, left me a message. Okay, yeah, this is it. So then let me go back. So I'm gonna play this recording that my sister sent me, because in this video it's talking about an outbreak of Ebola and the fog of death that they're calling it. Those different fog things that hit the South and the people that got sick from it. And of course, constantly edifying and getting on my sisters. This is my youngest sister, all right, who's the only one who really seemed to listen. More, my older sister kind of listening now too, finally, because her son stays on her, my nephew, because he believes. But I want to play this message that she left me that I saved for edification purposes.
You have saved messages. Saved message. So, baby, sis, I was calling you to tell you a couple of events that I experienced in the past 3 weeks. So, the first week, I went shopping at Pete's over here in Oakland. My bill was $504 for groceries. The next week,
that's my favorite Pete's, by the way.
Over here, where I live on 107th and Hosted. And got into a conversation with the cashier. I went there to see, okay, can I save a little money, even though I don't really like shopping there. She told me 4 people that walked out of there already with shopping carts full of food and didn't pay, and how it's only going to get worse, and how the security guard didn't do nothing because now the security guard don't have authority to chase after people or to touch people. If the police don't get there in time and they get away, oh, well, you just got free groceries.
Damn.
Well, I made a joke and told her, well, shit, I'm about to walk out that end and not pay. But anyway, I went ahead and paid. I was just talking stuff. But today, it was a kind of a different one because I was in Bedford Park at Tony's. And a Polish lady was in front of me. And she had a shopping cart full of stuff. She couldn't even pay for all her stuff. She had to put half of her cart back, and she was so ignorant, she didn't even put it back in the cart. She left it on the damn counter on a belt And so the other lady, the cashier, was Hispanic, and she was so pissed off because she was like, she's so wrong. She's not going to buy this stuff. It's not your job to put it back in the cart. But I put it back in the cart. Anyway, I told the lady I'm in service myself, and I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm going to just help you out and move the stuff out the way so I could put my stuff up here and pay for it. But that was kind of an eye-opener, too, because Polish people usually have money, but she couldn't even pay for all her groceries. So I just wanted to say I know you've been saying for years what's to come, and I definitely see it for myself. Call me back when you get a chance. Love you.
So, yeah. And, well, there it is. And he's going to kind of speak on some of the same things, man, because that's the time that we're living in. And it is going to get worse. Because she talked about the 4 people that walked out with groceries and didn't pay. You're going to have situations where people are outside to take the groceries from them that they didn't pay for. It's about to get really bad. So, without any further ado, survival, full spectrum survival. Here we go.
In full hazmat gear, they closed down streets and cordoned off and quarantined. All right, everyone, we have the potential of an Ebola outbreak spreading across the United States of America. The fire department of New York showed up in full hazmat gear. They closed down streets and cordoned off and quarantined a clinic where individuals showed up with Ebola-like symptoms. We also have reports of people with severe pneumonia spreading across the country. These reports say that this pneumonia is not being detected anywhere. The doctors don't even want to talk about it. It's almost like everybody has pneumonia and they won't discuss. This individual right here talks about his children, how he was told that he didn't need to test for it. It was just a local cold. But then his kids kept getting sicker and sicker. Him and his wife got sicker. They went in, had the x-rays done, and boom, you have pneumonia. Now, this coordinates because we also have them talking about right now, what? FOGVID or Death Fog 2025. We actually have different organizations.
Death Fog 2025. Sounds like a damn movie, man. Wasn't there a movie called Death Race 2000? And it's funny that they showing you cars racing on the. I didn't catch that the first time, but Death Fog 2025. Wow.
Like Fox News talking about this, that we have a new fog spreading across the country. I'm not sure. I can't speak on that, but I know that.
Let me read this real quick. This is Amos 4:10, and it reads, "I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men I have slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses, and I have made the stink of your camps to come up into your nostrils. Yet ye have not returned unto me, saith Yahweh." And that sort of thing is about to happen here in America again. I've said so many times, there's going to be bodies on the ground like leaves in the fall. You're going to be stepping over bodies. There's going to be no one to clean up these bodies. And this is before the destruction comes. The chaos is going to break out. And you think there's disease and pestilence now. You wait until all those dead people and dead animals are laying around in the alleys when no one is picking up garbage, when people are shitting in buckets and putting it out into the alleys and stuff like that. All right. You have, oh man, it's going to get real bad out here, man. All right. This is 2 Ezra 15:49, and it reads, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, the sword, and pestilence, to waste the houses with the destruction and death." So there's going to be a lack of food, all right, a lack of security. There's going to be no law enforcement because law enforcement is going to stop reporting to work. We're trying to stay home and defend their own houses, their own families, their own friends, all right?
For me, I went in the fog. I got sick for 35 days.
Damn.
Coughing all over the place. It was really like pneumonia-like symptoms. Now, my wife, my kids did not go in the fog, didn't get sick at all, even though we are in the same house.
So that proves that it was definitely the fog. And so many people put up videos showing you microscopically these crazy-looking little creatures that were in that fog. So you were literally breathing it into your system, man. And it attacks your immune system. And who knows, he was sick for 35 days. Who knows the lasting effects? How does he know if something haven't buried itself deep into his system and is going to reveal itself again later on? You don't know.
Close quarters, working together, doing school, doing everything. So I don't know what to say about it other than that I got sick from it. Now here is Ebola in New York. Now this was yesterday, so this is 24-hour news coming at you. That's what we do here at Full Spectrum Survival, bring you headlines from America and from around the world. These are the fire departments of New York. Now these guys aren't in their hazmat gears because they already had the person in the back. This is them getting ready. Now, Ebola is a really nasty disease, and I don't know whether it was weaponized or not, but there's a lot of reports saying that the Ebola that's going to spread in...
Ebola is funny. When you look at it microscopically, it looks like other things. And although this is just me speaking as a man, you know, there is patents on most of these diseases, including the HIV. And we all know about, you know, certain people that took the Band-Aid. One of the side effects of the people who took the Band-Aid, outside of the sudden death, the myocarditis, the blood clots, you know, and all that sort of thing. Another one of the side effects is that their immune systems have been compromised. They have immune deficiency, or the HIV. All right. So that's another thing. You got to be careful of those men and women, you know, who's taking that Band-Aid. Okay, because you don't want to go and mix in you know, bodily fluids and stuff with those people, because there's a strong chance that you can get the HIV. All right. There's another reason why, you know, just stick to yourself, man. You're better off with, you know, with Rosie Palm than trying to go, you know, and get with some new woman, man. Because especially if she took the damn HIV. All right. I mean, the Band-Aid, because there's a strong chance she might have the HIV.
2025 could be a genetically modified or somehow weaponized form of it, or it could have just evolved through natural, evolution.
Which that goes against their lies. See, you can't believe in the Lord and evolution. And then, according to Esau, evolution takes, you know, millions of years. And you can ask a simple question: why are there still monkeys? Why are all the monkey species people by now? You know, why not? Why are there any fish left in the sea? Why are they? You know, it makes no sense how, you know, evolution happened and just stopped with a certain group, and everybody else just got stuck in a time warp and stayed still. It's just madness, man. These people are liars. All right. One last scripture. All right. Now that I spoke on that, this is Job. All right. Well, actually, I'm at Timothy. I'll get that one first, because we were warned about pseudoscience, false science being pushed. And then they'll use that, you know, you come against science, they'll use that to say, you know, dis and misinformation, but they're not using real science. They're using pseudoscience, false science. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings of oppositions of science falsely so called. All right. So like a lot of these, you know, diseases have patents on it. They were man-made, weaponized. All right, there's some Asian, you know, doctor right now, whistleblower, talking about the Band-Aid, how it was weaponized. It wasn't natural, which was obvious, you know, to anybody with the brain. All right, this is Job 13 and 4, and it reads, "But ye are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value." All right. So all their physicians and their scientists and all their so-called brilliant people, they cannot get it right. Every move that they make, whether it be scientifically, whether it be geopolitically, whether it be financially, is all wrong. And it just hurts the people that much more and more. All right. So brace for impact. All this madness is at hand, man. All right. So with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, Kwam Yasharala, Abad Babal.